The problem of short-term thinking and quick-fix solutions can be seen throughout the world currently. Want a drink? It comes in a plastic bottle that takes up to 1,000 years to biodegrade and pollutes the environment. Want to travel somewhere? The vehicle that transports you burns fossil fuels that pollute the planet and lead to global warming. Our current culture is fundamentally unsustainable and destroying the planet at an increasingly rapid pace. Permaculture is a design philosophy that looks for solutions to create a more permanent culture, one that is regenerative rather than destructive. One of the most important areas of sustainability that permaculture addresses is the way in which we grow food. This is because, much like the examples of plastic bottles and polluting vehicles, our current agricultural system is dominated by quick-fix, short-term solutions that are damaging to both the health of the planet as well as the people who consume the food that is produced. To get rid of bugs that might eat crops, we spray the crops with pesticides, but that also kills the microorganisms and insects that make soil healthy, that pollinate the flowers, and that provide natural biodiversity. It also makes the food that is produced toxic and unhealthy to eat. To make it easy to plant crops and get rid of weeds, we plough the soil, but that causes erosion of healthy, nutritious soil, which is then more easily washed away by the rain or blown away by the wind. To try and fix the resulting loss of nutritious soil, we spray fields with chemical fertilizers and manure from factory-farmed animals. But that leads to pollution of rivers and oceans, as these are also washed away when the soil is eroded. To feed the global demand for fresh land as we destroy the soil, we chop down more and more trees and destroy natural habitats, leading to more carbon being released into the atmosphere and the destruction of nature to be replaced by rows and rows of the same few crops. To feed the global demand for meat, dairy and eggs, billions of animals are kept in small confined spaces, fed lots of antibiotics and killed as if they are products in a production line, leading to antibiotic resistance and outbreaks of disease that we struggle to treat. A recent example of this issue is coronavirus, but there are also other examples such as Spanish flu, SARS, and mad cow disease, all resulting from the way we treat animals. Meanwhile, under the sea, life is destroyed at unimaginable scale as ships track down any life that they can find and scoop it up in vast nets that no creature can escape from, even the ones we don't end up eating. The way that our global system operates is profitable for big business, but there is a price to pay, and that is the health and future of people, animals, and the natural world. As an alternative, the permaculture approach starts by thinking about how to balance the needs of people and the earth, and how to do it in a fair way. Permaculture is about having a big picture perspective and seeing how things are connected to each other in lots of ways. It takes its inspiration from indigenous and alternative communities around the world where people live in harmony with nature. It mimics nature using small-scale, local solutions. There have been examples of civilizations living in this kind of way throughout history. When Europeans first arrived in North America and Australia, for example, they described seeing an abundance of nature, food growing all around them and rich soils. They assumed this just happened naturally because they did not see the same kind of fields that they had back home. But actually what had happened was the people living in these places had worked with nature to encourage certain trees to grow and certain crops to be produced in certain places in a way that was in harmony with nature. It was sustainable and supportive of a rich variety of life. It's good to know that there are real solutions to the problems the world faces, but to get these real solutions, we've got to stop thinking about quick fixes and ways to just maximize profit. Going back to the examples from earlier, stop spraying soils with pesticides and other chemicals. Instead, plant a diverse range of crops and let an ecosystem establish where there is a variety of life and natural predators that stop too many insects destroying a crop. Stop ploughing and spraying with fertilizers, and instead let soils build up over time by adding mulch and compost on top. Stop chopping down trees. Instead, plant more and live off the rich variety of food and other produce that trees can provide, as well as the wide range of ecological benefits that they bring, such as regulating temperatures and stopping the loss of water. Stop eating animals. Yes, it might seem controversial to some people, but just because we can eat animals doesn't mean we have to. Let wild animals have space on this earth, and stop breeding animals into a life of cruelty and captivity. A much kinder and more efficient use of land that can reduce global warming, reduce the amount of land we have to use for agriculture, and reduce our vulnerability to deadly viruses such as coronavirus. Yes, that includes fish and other underwater creatures. They have feelings too, and the natural balance of life underwater has been severely damaged by the fishing industry. Everyone can be involved in permaculture because everyone has the potential to be part of real solutions to the world's problems when they start thinking about how everything is connected and what success really looks like when you're thinking about how to take care of the earth and people in a fair and sustainable way.